everybody. Turn the music down. Turn the audio down a bit. It's me. But who's that guy in the glasses? Is it Superman? It was me all the time. Hey guys, welcome. Let me wipe some wetness away from my eyes. Yeah, I'm watching The Walk. Let me even lower that even more so I can hear myself. It's the old Roger D on the IMO, in my opinion, reviews. That's what IMO means, in case you're like, what does IMO reviews mean? In my opinion. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a movie reviewer. I'm just, well, you can see my goofy towel up here. Hide that. Hide that. Don't look at that towel. Don't look at my fat neck. Don't look at my my turkey jowl. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, today's feature was The Walk, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Fantastic. I really like this actor. He's really become one of my favorite actors. Out of 55 years of watching movies. There's so many favorite actors I've had on and off. They've passed, they've gone, and you know, now I just watching this, it's like, you know, he really is. I really do enjoy watching him. Gosh, looking back at all the different movies he's done so much. Popping in my mind, Looper. The one that really sticks is The Lookout. If you've never seen The Lookout, check out that with him. He's really good in that. The Walk, he plays this Frenchman. Is it Pierre? Anyway, it's based on a real guy who, you know the story. He put a tight rope across the World Trade Towers, and he walked across them in early or late mid-70s. Nixon was still in office. And there is a documentary out there called Man on Wire, which everybody should go out and watch. It would have been nice for that to be an extra on one of the Blu-ray or the DVD set. I watched it in 3D. I got the Blu-ray 3D, which I'll get into a little later. But yeah, Man on Wire is a fascinating documentary, and I'm sure that's what inspired Zemeckis to make this film on this guy's life and on this mission to cross the World Trade Center. Okay, let's get into the movie. Like I said, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a movie reviewer. I'm not professional. I'm just sitting here on the couch. I just watched it. Credits are rolling. So here's my first impression. IMO Reviews, The Walk. Yeah, great flick. Great flick, man. Why hasn't this been nominated for anything in the Oscars? Cinematography, writing, acting, directing, special effects, if there were any. I'm sure there were. Movie. It's nowhere, as far as I know, it's nowhere to be seen anywhere in the nominations for the 2015-2016 Academy Awards. It seems like it would have been a shoe win of a nomination, but apparently not. There's a lot of other good movies out there that I haven't seen yet that I plan to watch. But I really had a great time. The way this movie is put together, it's like a heist movie, but backwards. Instead of them stealing, it's them trying to get up there and set everything up in a certain amount of time, so when the sun rises by 7 a.m., he could do his walk. And yeah, it's really well done. The pacing is nonstop. You're totally invested. It's like 2 hours, 5 minutes maybe. The pacing is nonstop. It keeps you in attention, the whole thing. You know, when this movie came out, I heard there was a lot of backlash about Joseph Gordon-Levitt's accent, his French impersonation of the real person. And then I read some other little stuff saying that if you watch Man on Wire and watch the original guy speak, he's speaking almost exactly the same way as Joseph Gordon-Levitt had. So, and it didn't bug me at all. It didn't at all. I love the bits of humor in there, the bits of lightheartedness. You know, he's this magician. He's this juggler. He's this tightrope guy in France, and I love the opening with the black and white and the little bits of color added until more and more color is added, and then you're in the full color film. I liked all that stuff at the beginning, and his history with the police, always wanting to shut him down because he's doing things illegally for entertainment purposes. Supporting cast is great. All those people. Ben Kingsley, again, a chameleon in different types of roles he plays. He can play a hard-ass mob guy, or he can play Gandhi, or he can play some science fiction scientist in a lab, or he could play this Russian, I believe he was Russian or Bohemian, I'm not sure, Croatian, I don't know. He was a foreign gentleman in France that the character of Felipe, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, meets up with and gets the training as a child throughout. He was really good in this movie. I really liked it. It's also pretty bittersweet. It really is. It's kind of a, especially in the final shot, it's kind of a love letter to New York with the World Trade Center. It's kind of bittersweet, meaning that this whole movie takes place around there, and we all know the history of what happened on 9/11. It's just really great, and the humor. Zemeckis has that humor style, you know. I mean, he crosses and then he goes back again. I'm not giving spoilers. Let's not do spoilers. But there are police on either building, and he's toying with them, and that really adds some smile. But it also gives you this, gosh, very dizzying feeling, gut-wrenching, especially in 3D. I guess we can go into the 3D now. The 3D was very, very good in a lot of parts. A lot of the stuff where they're sitting around in rooms and talking and stuff, it's very minimal. But gosh, the payoff at the end where he's on the tightrope is Mike from Dr. Movie 91 really stressed in his review how it almost makes you so queasy you want to get sick. And he didn't see the 3D version. He just saw the regular 2D version. Go to Dr. Movie 91 and subscribe to him. I'll put the link somewhere. But yeah, the 3D is pretty amazing. If you do have a chance to see this, I unfortunately did not see it on the big screen in 3D. I waited for the Blu-ray and watched it here in the comfort of my home. And it's still. The only thing is I wish it wasn't 2.35 by 1. Did I say that right? It just blurted out of me. But it wasn't the full 16 by 9 frame. It was matted. So if it was full, I'm sure it would have been even more dizzying. My only complaint with the 3D was the subtitles. I've noticed in a lot of Hollywood movies, whenever there's subtitles, they're just basically flat. But if you watch some foreign films, or some, like Avatar, which Cameron really had 3D in mind, the titles, the subtitles, like when they're speaking French, really come out. They're a part of the 3D experience. Here it's pretty flat, which is fine. There's not that many subtitles to read. Those people that don't like to read, excuse me, Belch and Roger. Yeah, the matting and not being the total full screen, and then the subtitles. That's probably my only complaint about the 3D. Everything else was really, really well done. No pop-ups, although there was one moment where the cable, when they're trying to get the cable across the two buildings, that it falls, and it comes right at the screen, and then there's quite a few shots of it just hanging right in front of you, and that does protrude the screen and comes into your living room. It's pretty damn good, but it's all about the dizzying effects. It's all about him on the type wire as he's going across, and the depth of the height, and the clouds and the storm, and gosh, there's so, and the bird. There's so much greatness about it, and I took some notes. Let me see if I missed any notes here. Well, yeah, it was a real nail biter. I wrote down nail biter or skin biter. You know, if you bite on you're going to do that the entire movie, because even though you know he's going to be all right, and if you watch the documentary like I did, you know that he does this and it's all well, but there's still the way Zemeckis shoots it and puts it together. And Alan Silvestri's music score is beautiful, and some of the choices he uses in there, the classical pieces, really enhances it and gets you involved. But boy, you're biting the nails. My thumb is ripped up because I've been biting skin off of it nervously. Yeah, it's that, and yeah, the salute he does at the end when he's on the wire, and he kind of gets down on his knees and he salutes, you know, the city, the buildings, and that's very tear-inducing, as also is the ending. Just the accomplishment of a human being to do something like this, and the joy that all the people and the mayor and people in the city gave him carte blanche to go up to the buildings whenever for forever. Again, very bittersweet, very, very bittersweet, and tear-inducing, which I'm a wuss. I cry at a lot of things that are emotional, and this brought the tears out. I had to wipe a few, but and it's not a sad movie, but it's kind of inspiring. It's just very great feeling. So to wrap this up, IMO Reviews, The Walk, definitely check it out. If you get a chance to see it in 3D at the theaters, if it's still there, or on 3D Blu-ray, definitely check it out. I'm sure it still plays well in a 2D version, which Mike had said. So definitely, it's a great pick. Definitely watch The Martian. All right, it's old Roger D. I'm just a regular guy reviewing movies now. I never did it before, but I'm trying it out. IMO Reviews from Channel Donstar. Please subscribe, share, like, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, guys. Bye-bye.